So after taking a look in your mouth, we recorded some probing depths. This is just where we take a specialized instrument. It basically looks like a little dental ruler, has little millimeter measures on it. And I went around each tooth and measured 6 surfaces of the tooth. And I've noticed that these measurements are not what we want to see. They're pretty high measurements where they should be only 1 to 3 millimeters. And so I think that you have moderate periodontitis to advanced periodontitis localized in some areas.
Okay, what does that mean?
So I'm going to go through this flip chart. So what your teeth should look like normally in your gum tissue should be, this is 1 to 3, this is a 2 millimeter pocket. So the probe should only go in that far. You have adequate bone levels, and you have these fibers that attach to the tooth and to the bone and help really support that tooth, and that's what you want all the time. So when we get an accumulation of bacteria, that's when we start to see signs of inflammation. And so in those early stages, if you're just accumulating some bacteria, we can see possible gingivitis. This is where your gums start to get inflamed a little bit, and you'll get a higher probe reading. This doesn't mean that you've lost any bone yet or you've lost any attachment levels. This just means that your gums are reacting to the bacteria, and your immune response is reacting to try to get rid of that bacteria. So if bacteria keeps accumulating, we move on to early periodontitis. So as you can see, bacteria has accumulated on this root surface. The probing depths have gone from about 3 millimeters to almost 6. The gum tissue is very inflamed. You have lost some of those fibers, and you have lost a little bit of bone. So since the bacteria has not gone away, we've kept bacteria, this has allowed the bacteria to mineralize and harden into tartar, which is also known as calculus. So if this keeps continuing and you don't seek dental care, then it can turn into moderate periodontitis, which in some areas of your mouth, this is what you have. So this is where the bacteria keeps growing, the calculus keeps building on your tooth. You're seeing deeper and deeper probing depths, moving from 6 and up. You're losing more of these fibers and more bone. So your teeth can become maybe a little mobile if you're losing it in all areas. You're losing that bone and the attachment, and your tooth doesn't have the support it needs. So if we keep going and this keeps advancing, then you will have advanced periodontitis. So this is where the probing depths are extremely high. You get calculus all the way on the root surface. This is because the attachment levels of your tissues to your tooth have gone way down. They're moved down because you've lost some of those fibers. That tissue is kind of almost dying, just receding, because the bone also is receding. So your gum tissue follows the bone. So if you're losing bone, you're losing that tissue too. So this is what we don't want to see. You can also see some mobility with this. So if this is what you're experiencing, that's why, because your bone is being lost as well as your tissues, and so there's less support for your teeth, and that's why you might feel some movement. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so if I don't brush my teeth regularly, how long will it take for that bacteria to accumulate?
So if you're not brushing your teeth daily, let's say you go 2 weeks without brushing, then you will accumulate that layer of calculus. If you only go about a day, you'll just have some biofilm, but if you keep that bacteria growing, then it allows it to harden and get into little colonies and just kind of grow and accumulate on itself.
Okay,